Hello everybody, I'm Janaea Swander. Welcome back here to Activating Interconnection. And in this sacred space together, I talk about mental health related issues as well as spiritually based issues and concepts, and sometimes the overlapping of those two things. So in this space, I like to provide this information in a relatable way that will help you to be able to connect more deeply with your own inner guidance system, your own inner wisdom that you have. So in today's video, I want to talk partially about comparisons and resistance and taking ourselves out of the now. So if you're interested in that, I hope that you'll stick here with me and learn a little bit more about my own recent experience with these issues. So over the past couple of days, I've just gotten into just enjoying watching House Hunters International. I like seeing how people live in different areas of the country and the world, and specifically what kinds of people are really being gravitated to live in different countries and stuff, because you have people from the United States who are moving to Indonesia, and people from England or the United Kingdom who are moving to Germany or some other location. All kinds of awesome opportunities that are out there. And I found myself watching this, and as I was watching each episode, I noticed this thing that was going on internally for me, where each episode that I would watch, I would start comparing the life that I was seeing portrayed on this TV screen to my own life, and what my home looks like, and what the area that I live in looks like. And I'm like, well, we don't have some of those cute little shops in kind of the same way as this place does, and we don't really have a city center where I am. That just isn't necessarily the case. And like we have, some of the areas a little bit more spread out and stuff. And I was like, well, do I want to be spread out? Is my home good enough? Like maybe I need to be in a different home. Or maybe, I saw this one young woman who had created her own beautiful oasis in Indonesia. And I was like, that is so cool. I want to do that. But then do I really want to do that? Because if I really wanted to do that, wouldn't I be there right now doing that? So it got me thinking. I was like, here I am comparing myself to these other people who I don't even know. I haven't been to all of the countries that are depicted on the show, and I don't know what it would be like living, in another place other than the United States. So I can't really give anything, firsthand to compare on if I would like it or not. But I found myself kind of like daydreaming, well, maybe my life would be better. Maybe I would enjoy it more. Maybe it would be more fun or more exciting if I was somewhere other than where I am right now. And I noticed with that, I was like, wow, so I have this internal dialogue going on with comparing to these other people. And with that, it was also causing me to be in resistance to where I presently am. What is actually accurate in my now moment in this second, right? The home that I'm in today, the space that I'm in today, the people that I'm around today. And I started to realize, wow, so that was causing that resistance to the now and what is reality in my now moment versus the now moment of somebody else that I was comparing myself to. And then I realized, oh my goodness, if I stay in that state of comparing myself to somebody else's now moment, then I'm actually placing myself in a position of stagnation. I'm actually in a state of resistance, because when you're in resistance, right, you're not moving forward. You're just butting up against what is in this moment and wanting it to be different than what it is. And so that's causing that resistance, which also means when you're butting heads like this, right? When you're butting up against something, you're not moving. Like there's no actual forward movement of any kind because of that resistance being in place. And it started to occur to me, it's like, well, wait a minute, I'm exactly where I need to be at this moment, because if I was supposed to be somewhere different, I'd be there, right? Or I'd be making plans to be there. I'd be propelled in some way. And I've noticed that in my own life, and this is something that maybe you have noticed too, that when it's actually time to make a change, when it's time for you to be somewhere different than you are, or do something different than what you're doing, or move into a different job or something, you may feel that inner propelness, that inner drive that comes up that motivation, that energy that isn't going to be there if you're not supposed to be making those steps to be doing something other than what you're doing. And in my own life, I've noticed that every time that I'm really meant to be doing something else other than what I'm doing, then I will be propelled to do it. I will receive that energy, that physical energy, the mental energy, emotional energy, and everything to make those steps to do it. And nothing will be able to stop me from doing that. I'll move in that direction without. I may question it a little bit, but I certainly won't be able to stop myself from that movement. I'll get on that track and I'll be going that direction and get to where I need to get to. So I realized that, as I was comparing to myself to these other people and these other lives, and this would be so wonderful and so great, maybe not, because what's so wonderful and so great for me right now is to be where I am right now. And if you experience, the same thing that I do with sometimes comparing yourself to other people, comparing your life to other people, your job to other people, your financial status to other people, I'm just encouraging you to hopefully take a step back and realize that, wait a minute, you are exactly where you're meant to be right now. Otherwise, you would receive that energy and that inner motivation to move to something different. If you were supposed to be somewhere else, or if you were supposed to be doing another job, or if you were supposed to be living in another area or be around different friends, and there would be something that would be strong enough within you to move you in that direction. And learning how to trust that you're going to receive that direction, that message and everything when you need it, exactly when you need it, and not a moment before you need it. So we can certainly daydream, we can think about how fun something may be, and also being mindful not to get stuck into a resistant state where we end up not being able to be in our own now moment, in our own present, being able to be with the reality that exists right now for us, each individually, and being able to find the beauty in what we're experiencing right now. Because there is so much beauty with our own individual now moments. I thought about it, and of course there is an exception. If you or somebody out there, if you happen to be experiencing an abusive home environment or any kind of other abuse in some way, then yes, I can put that in a different category. I'm talking about the situations where we're not having our lives potentially in harm's way on a regular basis. If your life is in harm's way, then please seek out the resources that you need to help to get you to a safe space, and then be able to move from there. And if you're in a situation where you're perfectly safe and everything, then I encourage you just to take those steps back each moment and realize that, hey, what's the beauty in your own now moment right now? How can you release any resistance that you may be experiencing that is taking you out of that present moment and making you believe that you need to be somewhere other than where you are? Because if you are meant to be somewhere other than you are, that inner guidance system that you're built with, you already have that within you, will give you that direction just exactly when you need it. All right, well, thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to our next time together. So I appreciate you and hope that you are taking good care of yourself. Until next time, bye-bye.